Sharks versus Bulls, the biggest URC South African derby of the weekend. The teams are released and there are some really good teams. Kings Park sold out for a domestic game for the first time in like 12 years, so this is an absolutely huge game. And if you look at the team sheets, you can see why it's so big. I mean, Sharks have gone for Patu Ganyane, Bongi Benambi as Springbok, Henry Jacobs, Jason Jenkins, Emil van Heerden, Sia Khaleesi, Vincent Chuchuka, Pepsi Buthelezi in the forwards. Grant Williams at 9, Jordan Hendricks at 10, Makazole Mapimpi at 11, Andre Esterhuizen and Ethan Hooker in the centres, Edward van der Merwe on the other wing, and Hakeem Kunene at fullback. Now this is a really good starting lineup for the Sharks. I'm just looking at it, you have Bongi Benambi, Sia Khaleesi, Vincent Chuchuka, Pepsi Buthelezi, Grant Williams, Jordan Hendricks, Mapimpi, Esterhuizen, Hooker, Edward van der Merwe have all played for the Springboks. I mean, some of those guys are even regulars, so I'm glad to see the Sharks going with Esterhuizen and Ethan Hooker again in the centres, keeping that consistency. I did say in the last video about the Sharks that I think this is one of JP Peterson's first really good decisions to bring Esterhuizen and Ethan Hooker together in the centres. I know there's a lot of talk about Lorenzo Julius, and I think he will get a lot of games going forward into his career. But I think for right now, this is the right centre pair. I think Lorenzo Julius and Ethan Hooker could be the future centre pairing, just like Esterhuizen and were for a long time. So I think for fans asking where is Lorenzo Julius, I think he will get his time, but I think right now it's Esterhuizen and Ethan Hooker if they want to win right now and in the foreseeable future. But I mean, Edward van der Merwe and Makazole Mapimpi, two really good wings. Grant Williams, probably one of the best scrum halves in South Africa right now, as well as Kobus Reinach. I think Jordan Hendricks at 10 is a bit of an interesting call. He's been alright recently, he's been good, but I think George Whitehead had a really good game against Saracens last week, and he's just kind of like that calm figure that the Sharks need right now. If you look at the bench, you have Edouard Swart, Lee Marvin, Mazabuko, Mawande Mdanda, Marvin Ori, Matt Romayo, Nick Hatton, Jaden Hendrickson, George Whitehead. So George Whitehead is on the bench, a really composed player, and I think he will get a lot more caps for the Sharks going forward. I think he's got a good kicking game, but he's also not bad with the ball in hand as well. He set up a few try assists last week, and he was involved in a lot of the try scoring opportunities for the Sharks against Saracens. So I think that's a good guy that the Sharks brought in. I see that Sebord Lamini is signed for the Dragons. He was on loan at the Sharks, which is really unfortunate for the Sharks, because I think he probably would have been playing in this game. I don't know why the Sharks let him go. He's a local boy. He went to Maritzburg College as well, so really confused about that one. But it's good for Sebord Lamini, a local talent for the Sharks, to get seen somewhere else and get some game time in the URC. The Dragons got a good one there. I mean, Sharks going for a 6-2 split. I think they're going to need to going up against this strong Bulls pack. We'll do a bit of a combined XV afterwards, but for right now, that's a really good team for the Sharks. Let's have a look at the Bulls team. Number 1, Gerard Steenkamp, Johan Grobler, and Volkulo. I mean, that's such a powerful front row. I honestly don't know how the Sharks are going to deal with that in the front, because that is a world-class front row. One of the best front rows in the world right now in club rugby. Kobus Visa at number 4, JF van Heerden at 5, so that's a really good, a bit of an inexperienced and an experienced lock pair there. Really good. JF van Heerden's had a good season, and Kobus Visa is really trying to stamp his way into that Springbok team. Jean-Ray Rudolph, really good player, really good signing for the Bulls, Jean-Ray Rudolph. I think he's really physical, and he's really brought his A game to the Bulls. The game against Bordeaux, I think Jean-Ray Rudolph had an amazing game. Ulrich Lowe back in the starting lineup and captain. Number 7, I like seeing him in the number 7 jersey. The Sheriff is back. Yeah, he's got a nickname, the Sheriff, for a reason. He is absolutely physical and dominant, so it's very good to see him back. Number 8, JJ Taron next to him. It's really good for JJ Taron to get some game time along the likes of Ulrich Lowe and Jean-Ray Rudolph, two very experienced players. And it's going to be good to see a young junior Bok like that who had a good season, to see what he can do in a massive derby game like this. I think seeing players like that play this week will be very good for them in their development. Looking at the back line, Ambrose Papier, probably one of my favourite scrum halves right now in South Africa. For me, he's the third best scrum half right now in South Africa, and I think he should be in the Springbok squad next year, but we'll see what Rassie picks. Number 10, Andre Pollard, World Cup, 2-time World Cup winning fly half, can't go wrong there. Trevino Jacobs, 11, 12 Harold Foster, 13 David Creel. That's pretty much his stock standard centre pair, as well as Stedman Gans, but he's on the bench, so it's going to be either way, whoever you bring on for the Bulls in the centre, they have a lot of cohesion and continuity there. Number 14, Sebastian de Klerk, probably one of my best players in South Africa right now. I think he really deserves a call-up next year to the Springboks. I know that the Springboks have a lot of depth in the wings and the outside backs, but I think he just deserves a call-up, or at least to play for the South Africa A team against the All Blacks if they are doing a game like that. I'll have to check. Number 15, Willie Leroux. So, I mean, so much experience all over in the starting lineup. So many good Springbok players. I mean, Gerard Steenkamp, Johan Grobler, Volkulo, Ulrich Lowe, Ambrose Papi's played Springboks a few times. Andre Pollard. I mean, Sebastian de Klerk's a good player. Willie Leroux's he's got like 100 caps as Springboks. So yeah, wow. I mean, if you look at the bench, Akker van der Merwe, Jan-Hendrik Wessels makes his comeback. Really excited to see that. I was really gutted that he got banned before the end of year tour because I really would have liked to see him play a bit more. Kutum Chunu, really good player, played in Japan for a few years. It seems like he's back at the Bulls now. Glad to see him. Reynard Ludwig on the bench, Nizam Kaur, Paul de Vet, Stedman Gans, and Devin Williams. Just looking at the bench, I think the Bulls have a much stronger bench than the Sharks. They've gone for a 5-3 split, which is interesting. The Sharks have gone for a 6-2 split, but I do think that the balance of power lies on the forwards for the Bulls. I think the backlines, the Sharks has a stronger backline, but the forwards, the Bulls definitely have a stronger backline. But let's do a bit of a combined 23 to see how the teams match up against each other. This is on recent form as well. So in the front row, I'd go for Gerard Steenkamp, Johan Grobler right now over Bongi Benambi, just based on recent form. Vokulo, obviously, he's probably my first choice on the team sheet. At lock, I will probably be going for Kobus Visser, number 4, and then number 5. I think I'll give it to Jason Jenkins just for this game. I think Jason Jenkins is a good player, and I think he probably just edges it over the other two guys, a bit younger than him. Number 6, Sia Khaleesi, definitely. Number 7, Ulrich Lowe. Number 8, Pepsi Buthelezi. So it's kind of a chop and change team there, but I mean, in the front row and the tight forwards, it's definitely in favour of the Bulls. So I think the Bulls definitely have more strength up front. Number 9, Grant Williams, but I do like Ambrose Papi a lot, and I think he deserves a call-up. Number 10, Andre Pollard, that's an easy decision. Number 11, Mapimpi. Number 12, Estays, and number 13, Ethan Hooker. Number 14, Edward van der Merwe. Close between him and Sebastian de Klerk, but I think Edward van der Merwe is right now a better player. Number 15, obviously, Willie Leroux. Hakeem Kanene is still young, but he has a long way to go. So, I mean, there's also a lot of Sharks players in that combined 15, so it's very interesting. But if you look at the bench, that's probably where the biggest impact comes in. So, I mean, just looking at the bench, I would go for Akker van der Merwe in a combined team. Jan-Hendrik Wessels, Kutsam Chunu, Reynard Ludwig, Nizam Kaur. I would put Paul de Vet in there over Jaden Hendrickson right now. Stedman Gans I'd have in, and Devin Williams. I would probably right now put George Whitehead over Devin Williams just with the impact he can make for the Sharks, but either way they're very close. So I mean, a lot of Bulls players in that combined bench, so it's going to be very interesting to see what happens. And the Sharks do have a strong bench, but I just think there's a few more weaker players in the Sharks compared to the Bulls. I think the Bulls squad right now is much stronger, but we'll just have to wait to see what happens. The Bulls are not on their best form right now, so it's going to be very interesting to see what happens this weekend. My prediction, I'm a Sharks fan, but my prediction is Bulls by 3. I think it's going to be a very close game, but I think the Bulls are going to be desperate to win. And I know the Sharks also are desperate to win based on where they're on the standings right now, but I think the Bulls really need to win, especially for their coach if he wants to keep his job, and for the fans that are really going against the coach and against the squad. So I think the Bulls will win by 3, but either way, it's going to be a close game. It's going to be an awesome game at Kings Park. Full stadium, first time in 12 years or something like that, so it's going to be incredible. I'm really looking forward to see how the forward packs match up. Can the Sharks really stand up to this big Bulls forward pack? Can the Bulls hang around with the Sharks backline that's so good, so talented, so powerful? It's going to be very interesting. Different brands of rugby, but we know form does not matter for these derby games. Whatever happens in these derby games, it's just like its own game by itself. It's almost like a World Cup final. It's just all that matters is this game. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens. It's going to be physical. It's going to be awesome. The atmosphere is going to be electric. But yeah, guys, let me know what you think down below, what's going to happen. I will be doing a full-time review, maybe a player ratings as well for this game because it's such a big game. But we'll see what happens after the game. But yeah, guys, thanks so much for the support. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to help the channel grow. And we'll see you in the next video. Cheers.